Hi, friends. How have you been? I have really been missing you. So, I've actually had this for about a week, but I don't know. I've been busy and I haven't had time to film anything, and my family has been loud, and we got a slip and slide for the backyard, and that is very hard to do. Have you ever been on a slip and slide? Friends, you have to run and hurl yourself at the ground. And I cannot do it. I run and run, and then I stop because I'm afraid I will break my body. But my girls love it. So we've been busy doing that. I'm also doing a little bit of teaching on the computer to second graders. So I haven't had time, but I want to show you something because guess what came in the mail? Ta-da! What do you think it is? Any ideas? Do you remember what I ordered from Amazon? Do you remember what was coming out when you were going to be a first grader? All right, I'm going to open it. I think this is what, if you watch YouTube, whoops, I'm dropping things. If you watch YouTube, I think this is called an unboxing, I think. I'm not a YouTuber, so I don't really know how to do this, but I have scissors and a box. I'm going to open it up. Oh my goodness, I hope Amazon sent me the right thing. That would be a disaster. I haven't opened it yet. I waited for you. I was waiting for you guys. And then my life got hectic. All right. Open the box. Opening the box. Am I supposed to show it to you? Okay. Are you ready? Ready? Can you guess what it is? Are you guessing? Look what came in the mail. It's the next Mercy Watson book. I ordered it from Amazon. And this one is all about Stella Endicott. And I haven't even read it yet. I'm going to read it to you. I'll read a little bit today. And I'll read a little bit every so many days. Okay? And then I'll post it on Seesaw so you can watch it whenever you're ready. So I see Stella. Do you remember Stella? She's a neighbor of Mercy Watson, and she has a brother. I cannot remember his name. I'm sure they'll tell us about what it is. But there's Mercy Watson. We remember her, right? And the name of this book is Stella Endicott and the Anything is Possible poem. Anything is possible. Do you believe that? If anything is possible? I do believe that. I do believe anything is possible. It sounds like maybe she's going to write a poem, right? I do see she has maybe a paper and a pencil. It's hard to see, but she has a pencil and she's like holding it. I don't have a pencil. I don't know. I have a pen. She's holding it like this, like she's thinking. So, should we read a little bit of this? Are you ready? So, do you think it will end with a party with hot buttered toast? I don't know. Do you think the author ended this book that way? All right, let's read Stella Endicott and the Anything is Possible poem. Here we go. Ooh, I love the way a new book smells. So this is what it says on the inside cover. So when you get a new book, especially if it's a hardcover book like this and it has a jacket, on the inside it'll tell you a little bit about what the book's about. So then you can look at it and decide, am I interested in this book? Do I want to read it? So I'll read you that part. It'll give us a little taste. It says, Stella Endicott loves her teacher, Miss Liliana, and she is thrilled when the class is assigned to write a poem. Stella crafts a beautiful poem about Mercy Watson, the pig who lives next door. A poem complete with a metaphor and full of curiosity and courage. So we know that curiosity means you're wondering. You have a wondering. What does courage mean? Courage means that you're brave. And sometimes it's hard to be brave, to have courage. Oh, there's something bad's going to happen. It says, but Horace Broom, Stella's irritating classmate, insists that Stella's poem is full of lies and pigs do not live in houses. And when Stella and Horace get into a shouting match in the classroom, Miss Liliana banishes them to the principal's office. Will the two of them find a way to turn around this opposite of a poem? Well, will the two of them find a way to turn this opposite of a poem day around? They have to go to the principal's office? Can you imagine if you had gotten into a fight in our classroom and I banished you to Mrs. Flores' office? I wonder what would happen up there. Wonder what she would do. All right, let's read chapter 1. Stella Endicott and the Anything is Possible poem. Remember, I will show you when there's pictures, okay? It's hard to do it like this, but. Chapter 1. So we see right away, that looks like Stella and probably her teacher. Miss Liliana is her teacher's name. On Stella Endicott's first day of second grade, right away we know Stella is going into second grade. The teacher stood in front of the class and introduced herself. She said, "Good morning, class. I am your teacher. My name is Tamar Liliana, but you may call me Miss Liliana." Stella raised her hand. See your hand up right here? "Yes," said Miss Liliana. "Do you have a middle name?" Miss Liliana said Stella. "My middle name is Suzanne. I am Stella Suzanne Endicott. Suzanne is spelled with a Z. I wish I had more Z's in my name, but I only have one. It's kind of hidden in the middle. Still, I'm glad it's there." "Thank you very much, Stella Suzanne Endicott," said Miss Liliana. "My middle name is Calliope." Oh, I like that name. "So I am Tamar Calliope Liliana. But as I said, you may call me Miss Liliana." Do you guys have a middle name? I know some of you do, because I can see it. I could see it in focus when I did the attendance in the morning. So my middle name is Virginia. So I'm Luann Virginia Lewis. She smiled at Stella. Stella smiled back. She thought that Tamar Calliope Liliana sounded like the name of a good fairy in a deeply satisfying story. The kind of story that Stella's neighbor friend, Baby Lincoln, might write. We love Baby. A story with castles and wizards and kings and good and evil. A story with an old, irritated wizard in it. A wizard who maybe looked like the tiniest bit like Eugenia Lincoln. Can you picture her? Like an old, irritated wizard, right? She was always a little bit grumpy in her stories. Look, this is going to be a funny picture. Can you... Look, Eugenia Lincoln as an old, irritated wizard. Look at her mustache and her long beard. Eugenia Lincoln was Baby's older sister, and she was often irritated. As far as Stella knew, Eugenia Lincoln was not a wizard. However, she did have a black cat whose name was General Washington. Didn't wizards always have black cats? Or was that witches? In any case, anything was possible. That, according to Baby Lincoln, was the whole point of stories. Anything can happen, Stella Endicott, anything at all. That is what Baby Lincoln said. And so, because anything was possible, Stella decided that she would think of Miss Liliana as Tamar Calliope Liliana, the good fairy who vanquishes old and irritated wizards. So vanquishes, that's a good word. Can you say vanquishes? That means to get rid of, make disappear. So a good fairy who gets rid of old, irritated wizards. It's a good superpower to have. Tamar Calliope Liliana, the good fairy, smiled at the second graders. She clapped her hands. She said, "Class, I want you to know that I believe in listening closely and speaking softly and singing loudly. I also believe in examining mysteries." Examining mysteries. I think that means she likes to really think about things that are mysterious and try to solve them. Happily, these were exactly the same things that Stella believed in, and because of this, school was a wonderful thing. There was only one problem. The problem's name was Horace Broom. Do you want to see his picture? He doesn't look like a problem. He looks like a nice kid. Horace Broom. I don't know why he has his eyes closed. I don't know. We'll have to read to find out. He sat in the desk to the right of Stella. Horace Bloom knew the answer to every question that Miss Liliana asked. And if he didn't know the answer, he acted like he did. Stella found Horace Broom very, very annoying. You don't know the answer to every question, said Stella to Horace on the third day of school. Says who? Said Horace Broom. Says me, said Stella. Stella, Horace, said Miss Liliana. No talking, please. Remember, it's our job to listen closely. Which was fine with Stella. She didn't want to talk to Horace anyway. In the second week of school, Miss Liliana said, Class, I have some wonderful news. Today, we will begin writing poetry. Stella sat upright in her desk. She raised her hand. Yes, Stella, said Miss Liliana. My friend, Baby Lincoln, is a writer. She writes stories, and she says that anything is possible in stories. I like the idea that anything is possible, don't you? Is anything possible in poetry too? Absolutely it is, said Miss Liliana. And a good way to begin an anything is possible poem is by thinking metaphorically. Who knows what metaphorically means? Horace Broom, of course, raised his hand. See him? Oh, look at Stella. She doesn't like him. Can you tell by her face? Oh my goodness. And then without even waiting for Miss Liliana to call on him, he said, metaphorically means that you can see how one thing is like another different kind of thing. You compare the two different things and you do it without using the word like or as, which he is correct. That is what a metaphor is. That's like second grade work. That is exactly thorough definition, Horace, said Mrs. Liliana in her good fairy voice. She clapped her hands. She looked delighted. Horace Broom looked smug. Smug means like, ha ha, I knew the answer, like that. So that is annoying when people do that. Miss Liliana said, now for tonight's homework, I'm going to ask you to each write a poem with a metaphor in it. Tell me how one thing is like another different thing, and you will be well on your way to writing a poem. Tomorrow we will read our poems out loud. Stella looked over at Horace Broom. She thought that his smug face looked like a balloon with too much air in it. That might be a metaphor. And she thought, Horace Broom is an overblown balloon, and that is a metaphor. It's comparing two things, right? Horace's head and a balloon, that they look the same. But they're not really the same. They're different. It's confusing. Stella had a feeling that she was going to be very, very good at coming up with metaphors and also at writing poetry. She couldn't wait to get started. There's just one little picture. All right, so next is chapter 2. Let's see how many chapters are in this book. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, there's 7 chapters, friends. So it'll probably take me maybe like 2 weeks to read this to you. I don't know. Depends on how I can get my house to be quiet. So Mr. Lewis took the girls. They just have to go pick up a Target order. They're not even going in the store. But we got them a few treats, and we're going to watch a movie tonight. And so that got them out of the house for a minute. Otherwise, we're all stuck in here together, just like you're stuck in your house together, and it's never quiet. So I thought I would take this time that things are quiet and calm to read you the first chapter of this book. So I will do my best to keep reading you more and more chapters until we finish Stella Endicott and the Anything is Possible poem. And I bet we will see Mercy Watson, and I bet we will see Mr. and Mrs. Watson, and Baby and Eugenia Lincoln. I hope so, right? All right, I hope you're doing well. I miss all of you, and I will see you later. Okay, bye.